So, thanks for joining me. I am Anne Butler, the Book Griffin, and welcome to this live chat. Today, I will be talking to an old dear friend, Ama Serwaa, and I'm just going to go and get her. Shall I bring her in? Let me go and get her. Just waiting for her to come in.
Hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Your fabulous afro is back. I do love that afro.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's all great, but still.
Oh no, the grey is great. The grey is great. Do you know, I tried to go fake grey once.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't work. So how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very, very well. Yourself?
Yes, I'm very well. I'm very well. And the sun is finally out. Yeah, let's do the British thing, talk about the weather first. Right. The sun is out.
Sun is out. Yesterday was nice, and today, with the errands settled. Enjoy quiet at last.
Yeah, yeah, it's been great. Okay. Right. So this has been a revelation to me because for those of you who have joined us, Emma and I have been friends since we were teenagers. We met at school back in the, not going to say. We met at school and I was a newbie in school and our teacher told Emma to look after me, the new girl. And that was it.
That's it.
That was it. That was it. We did so many things together, went to see so many films together, played records together. For those of you who remember records, vinyl.
Those are the days, the good old days, the good old days.
Yeah. We had so many good times, so many good memories, and even though we don't see each other nearly as often, the memories are there. You know, you are, one of the sisters of my heart. And I know my mum thought very, very highly of you. Bless her.
I was practically a family member. I did.
Yeah. And I had been following your fashion career online. I may come back to that. And then something popped up. Something about the fact that you've written a book. You've written a book.
Accidental writer.
Apologies that it's back to front, everyone. But this is Ama's book, You and Me, Reflections on Self-Worth, Renewal and Rediscovery.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. So is this an update to the previous You and Me?
Yes, it is. I look at it as a re-edition of the first book, and it's quite interesting because my granddaughter, who is a avid reader, she loves reading. She read the book, and she said, "Grandma, I think you can do better than this."
Really?
What do you mean? Yeah. And she said, you can put more stories in this. I thought that was really interesting coming from, she was 10 at the time, now 10, because she's going to be 12 this year.
Yeah.
So I kind of read the book. I read it again and again. And what I did find is that I found it very hard to be vulnerable in my writing. And so what I normally do is that rather than telling people how I came to that conclusion, I wasn't putting the experience into the story that the initial stories. I'm just in the conclusion of what happened and what you get. I don't know if that makes sense. I wasn't telling people how I came to that conclusion. So what I've done with the UMN is that I've added the actual experience to the conclusion. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay,
This is why.
it does.
Yes.
It does. So tell us what is you and me about? If you could tell us in a sentence, what is you and me about?
It's really about finding way back to yourself. Yeah. And you find a way to be more gentle with yourself without feeling guilty and without feeling shame. Because oftentimes we're more but in my experience, I was more concerned about what people thought.
Yeah.
I was, very people pleasing. I wanted people to like me. And so I did what people wanted me to do. And what was happening is that I would do what people want me to do. But at the end of it, I was very resentful. I resented that towards myself. I was very, to me. So it came to a point when I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a me, but like me or not, this is me. And it was a long process. It didn't happen overnight. But I found that the more I did it, the more I liked myself. And the more the people who just wanted the yes, Ama, they kind of, dropped off. And the people who really wanted to get to know me, they stayed. It was a very refreshing experience. And it's a process. I'm still going through it.
Yes. It never stops. It never stops. And I have to tell you, when I read You and Me, Reflections on Self-Worth, I didn't realize that you and I had been on the same journey. And when I got the book and I got to the first chapter, the morning I couldn't get out of bed, I just felt a lurch in my heart because I've been there. I've been there. And as I read on and read on, so many parallels between us. And I never knew, because my memory of you is that you were the confident one in school. You were very popular in school. And I was very envious of your confidence and your easy nature when talking to other students, because I was very I had very, very low self-esteem as a teenager and into my early 20s. And I did not see that in you at all. So to find that you were feeling a lot of what I felt then, it just made me reflect on how much we hide ourselves from the people closest to us.
Yeah. This is a revelation to me. Honestly, because I struggle with confidence, self-esteem, oh my God, this is a revelation to me, and it's really encouraging, because you know what? I wanted to be like you. It was always so funny, very articulate, and
That was my
always funny.
shield. That was my shield.
Wow, you were always funny. You always had a comeback. Always had a comeback. I want to be like you. And it's interesting, isn't it? How people.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Because that's really what you said about me. And I've never in my life until recently saw myself more than just somebody that needs to be hide. I need to hide myself. I think all the confidence that you saw was just me acting to be.
We were doing the same thing. We were on the same stage. We didn't realize.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
But I wonder how or where we would have been if we had been that transparent.
Yeah.
People were, isn't that incredible?
Yeah, but vulnerability, saying to, particularly when you are 15, 16, 17, to say to your peers that you don't like yourself would be, it felt like the worst thing you could do, because that would have been, we now understand, society now talks more about um, bullying and what lack of self-worth does to children and young people.
Yeah.
It is now a more open conversation without it being considered weak and limp, right?
Yes.
Back then, when we were kids, you didn't say things like that. You didn't say things like, when I look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. You did not say that. You didn't say that. I mean, people would have, the adults in the room would have said, would have told you to be quiet and not to talk foolishness. It was a bit, wasn't it? Don't talk foolishness.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. 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 You're so right. You're so right. I mean, society has come a long way. But
Yeah,
better
it has.
so
It
yeah,
has.
please. I mean, I look at my granddaughter and she's so confident. She has so much confidence in herself. And so
Good though.
that's
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, one of the takeaways for me, sorry, Amma, I wrote it down because it was one of the early changes I made as an adult. And I bring it down so that I can quote it correctly.
Okay.
Learning that boundaries are not rejection, just self-respect in action. That was the takeaway from one of your chapters. And that was my second favorite takeaway, because when I took the decision to, and this was mostly in a work setting, when I took the decision to not be such a people pleaser, to not just accept whatever anyone said, sort of dismissing your ideas or whatever. And the sky didn't fall in. The first time I said to someone, no, this is not, this is not acceptable.
Yeah.
And I was shaking and all the rest of it, but the sky didn't fall in. The world didn't end. And I felt better. And so reading these gems as I read through, you and me, reflections on self-worth, renewal and rediscovery, as I was reading through your chapters, I thought, this is the journey that I've been on. And I wonder how many people who are listening today, or who will listen to this later on, how many of them this will resonate with. It's very, very well done. Very well done, Ama. It really, really, really resonated.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And considering all the work that you've done in fashion and your incredible designs, I mean, that came from somewhere. I mean, where did that come from?
Well, as you know, and I've always liked fashion.
You were always going. There was you and one other girl in school, Mercy Biney. Do you remember Mercy? You and Mercy were the girls who always looked, even in your uniforms, always just, you add a little something. You add a little something to your uniform that didn't break the rules, but just set you a little bit above. And your hair was always, immaculately done, and yeah.
Ah, you're too kind. Yeah. So, where the fashion is concerned, actually, I was in Ghana at the time during the pandemic, and at the time of the what do you call the lockdown,
Yeah.
We in Ghana, they were not so restricted. So we were able to kind of walk around and look around, kind of myself and my daughter, just be on a holiday kind of a thing. And as time went on, I wanted to do something meaningful because I met and spoke with a lot of young people who has so many skills, especially in the fashion industry, who were not doing a lot in Ghana. And I thought, what can I do? So we set up this workshop and we started with 3 young women, seamstresses, and we just started from there. So really, it has a mission. It's not just about the clothing. It's about it's about creating a meaningful, employment for these young ones. And
Fantastic.
yeah, and this way they do me. I mean, I'm back in the UK and I've been back for the last 2 years. I have gone back to Ghana for a short period of time, but the work is going on without me being there.
Yeah.
And so this is where it came from, really. I call myself the creative director behind the mission, or the vision rather. Have a manager who manages everything. The workers are they're all on board to make it work for everybody involved. But that's where it really came from. So it's really, fashion line with a vision and a passion, behind it. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's absolutely amazing. Do you have a website? What's your website?
We don't have one yet, but we actually in the process of creating a website for the brand. Yeah, yeah, the brand. I wanted when we started because I've not been in Ghana for a long time. I didn't really grow up in Ghana. So when I went back, it was it's like being in a strange land.
Yeah.
Try to culture again, and so
Because
we just
everyone,
wanted.
because everyone would have seen you as a foreigner, right?
You see, the street has a fork. Streets like fun as well.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So we are now in our fifth year. I think you're 6 year, I think, 6 year. And so we've laid a good foundation. So now we're looking to really brand the whole fashion line, really put a brand to it. So
Yeah.
we get that recognition. So we're in the process of working on a website. So that will be coming out soon, hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So where do you market your fashions, or don't you market them?
At the moment, mostly it's online, but it's big
Okay.
market. I think that most of the work is done in Ghana. So Ghana will become quite popular, and it's
Yeah.
all through word of mouth mostly. It's where
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
to take global. So yeah, you need
So
to.
you're a very busy woman.
Sorry, Anna. Sorry, Anne.
So you're a very busy woman.
Yeah. I like to keep busy. I
Yeah.
really like to. It helps, because as we're getting older, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to
Yeah.
retire, sit down. I don't even want to recognize the retirement aspect of, the journey. I just want to keep on doing the things that I enjoy doing.
Yes.
That's the focus. I just want to enjoy life.
Yes, yes, I know. We got here, we made it. We're now women of a certain age.
You know?
We are now the old guard.
Oh my
We are the ones that young people don't listen to. Because what do we know, right? We don't know anything.
God. It's like, it's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible. But we thank God for it. We're here. We're here.
We are here. We are
You're here.
here. Yeah. Yeah. So yes,
Did we?
we did. We did. I loved when people who know the area, when they say, "Oh, where did you go to school?" I say I went to Stockport Manor. They say, "Oh, that must have been so." No, don't believe the hype. It wasn't like that at all.
Oh, I thought it was safe. It was fun. It was good. It was good.
It was good, and we had a lot of good teachers. I mean, there are some teachers who subsequently have been in the news for the wrong reasons. But for the most part, we had some good teachers, some supportive teachers, and good friends. So yeah, so good times, good times. Oh, it's been so good talking to you and hearing about how you and me came to be. You like to read about someone who has taken themselves emotionally from one place to a place that was harmful emotionally, to strength to strength to strength, then this is the book for you. And the takeaways for me, there was a moment when a couple of moments when I thought, when my heart leapt, as I said at the beginning. But my favorite takeaway, I've written that one down: accepting that old dreams fade so new, more honest ones can take root. That, for me, is the root of how, as individuals, we can let go of things that we may have started off thinking, this is what I want. And you pursue this come hell or high water, even though the reason you wanted it in the first place is no longer valid. But you have been on that journey for so long, it's hard to let it go. This speaks to that person. There's nothing wrong with having a new dream and pursuing that. Let go of the old dream, pursue the new one, when that is the one that is most helpful to you, better for your life's journey. That is the one. So yeah, I really like that. I really like that, Anna. More, a lot of people are going to be moved by this, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Some with you experience from church that come back and say, wow, you were speaking to me. I had once she sent me a message last week, in fact, and she said, Ama, I'm just reading your book and I'm in tears. And message back saying, you know what, this is the best review so far. Well, not so far. This is the best reviews that I've heard, and it speaks a lot. And it makes me feel good knowing that we all have somehow, we're so much alike, all of us. I always say that love, pain, struggles is the look might be different, but the effect is somehow the same for all of us. All we go through the same thing, and it's something we need to be mindful of. And I think if we can become mindful of that, we will connect better.
Yes.
With you,
Yes.
as people, as women, connect.
Yes. Yes.
And it has to be alone because we have so much in common.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So you can share it with people. You can talk to people about it when you feel confident enough to be vulnerable, when there are people that you trust enough to be vulnerable with. But yes, ultimately, only you can make the changes that you need to make to be a happier person, to be a more contented person. If you get to contentment, I think that should be the life's goal. And just reading about how you got there in You and Me, I know. Reading about how you got there. I'm so glad you've given this book to us. Thank you so much. So what's next? Are you going to continue writing?
Yes. I mean, like I said, the reviews have been very encouraging. So now, because I've always written things down, my experiences, my reflections. So I'm working on something quite similar to you and me. I have a feeling that all my writings will be based on my experiences, similar. So that's why I'm looking at something similar at the moment. It has come together here, but I'm working.
Right.
I'm encouraged to do it more.
Yes.
You've been the best encouraged, I tell you. You've been really big. And let's ask you more. You have to say this, listeners and viewers. Is this woman that got me into reading? Was you? And it was you.
Blame me.
And I'm encouraged that even to have me here speaking. Speaking is not my thing. I'm not going to say that now. It's my thing now. It wasn't my thing. And you're giving me the opportunity to come out more. And during that, you read a book and you know a good book when you see it. And so for you to even put your name, so to speak, on you and me, it gives you so much encouragement to write more. It really does. So I thank you for that. I'm really grateful.
It's my pleasure. And if I didn't enjoy it, I would have just kept quiet.
So I know you for that. I know you for that, definitely.
Oh, Amma, thank you so much for giving me some of your time this morning. I will be sharing this conversation quite widely, and I look forward to seeing what comes next on the fashion world. And I've seen the post that you've made on Facebook when there's a new design, and some of those colors are fabulous. I love some of those colors. The blues, I love the blues. Love the blues. So I'll be keeping a close watch and stalking you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll also be in touch so that we can catch up with each other in person, because we haven't done that since before COVID. So we need to do that, I think, and sit down, have a proper chat.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to that. The sun is coming out, so we've got no excuses now.
No excuses. All right, my dear. It's very nice to speak to you. Thanks, everyone who has joined, and thanks for your comments over here on TikTok. And I will post this video so that you can all see it. Thanks, Ama Serwaa, for your time, for talking to us about you and me, and for the work that you're doing in Ghana. And we will speak again.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
No problem. So, my thanks to Ama Serwaa for being my guest. You can buy Ama's book on Amazon. The title is You and Me, Reflections on Self-Worth, Renewal and Discovery. The music was Feel Good by Raspberry Music and was provided via Pixabay. Hit like or the thumbs up if you enjoyed listening, and do feel free to share this episode. Subscribe to receive notification of new episodes, and follow me on social media by searching for The Book Griffin. Until next time.